is a little bit at risk of having, if, like, let's say the lanes go poorly, your mid is a Shadow Fiend and your carry is a Troll. What happens on the map? Your off laner's an Enigma. So I think they really have to not get crushed in lanes, or their line is just gonna just stall out, essentially.
It's time for predictions. You guys don't get to see it on the screen, sadly. First player to get 50 last hits. Should we go for the Alchemist or the Shadow Friend?
Yeah, that's the question. In the old patch, I would take an SF because it was a small camp. I think I'll take Alk, actually.
Okay,
I
I'll
might
do the
get it
same.
first.
Total number of trees destroyed by 30 minutes. 0 to 50, I think, is very safe.
Primal Beast destroys trees when he charges, right?
Yes, he does, but still, 50
Does
in 30 minutes? Yeah.
30 seconds.
If everybody in the game uses 3 Tango, Shannon, that's already 30 trees down.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say
fine.
51 to 175. You can also use
Okay.
Quelling Blades.
I'm
Like,
sticking
gonna
with
be
0 to 50. I'm sticking
Definitely
with
51 to 175.
it. Team with the most Roshan kills. I'm going to go for the Dire here.
I'll take Radiant.
Really?
Yep. All right. That's the first
Okay.
blood, Shannon. Good
Yep,
prediction.
that's right. First blood. Stonebank has died. Maybe we
get
should
5
change
seconds
the
to predict
predictions
magic
there.
damage. I'll take Zeus.
Begins.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Seems like a
there.
safe bet. Okay, so, yep, first blood. Oh, that's what happens when you do your predictions. Maybe the players were also doing predictions.
If only they could. That would be an interesting dynamic for sure. But yeah, that's not great for Stonebank. He has to. Well, I guess he doesn't have to, but he's walking to the top lane now. So they're switching things up in terms of the laning situation right now. Looks like Italiano Gangster is going to be obviously the offlane DP. Going to be playing the safe lane for now.
I was going to say why. And now
Okay.
they're swapping it back. They thought that Felt were dodging, I guess, the Alchemist versus Enigma lane. But now that Alk has TP bot, they can do that if they want to.
Did they see him TP? I guess it was pretty close to the wave.
I mean, he kind of just appeared in front of the creeps, right? I'm pretty sure they did. So that's a pretty big deal. Now the ball is in Felt's court about whether they want to lane like this. They're tri-laning their Enigma currently, which is a very unusual thing. Enigma wants levels. This is not sustainable to keep it like this, but they're probably just placing their heroes here and waiting to see what happens from DogChamp side and then adjusting.
No, it's not just that. Bloody Nine is also TPing, so 2 heroes forced to stay in that bottom lane for quite a while for DogChamp.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way this is going to be a tri-lane, though, surely, for Felt, right? They're just waiting to see what the situation is, I assume.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, even if they're playing against Alk, Warlock, Primal Beast down here, and that is a tri-lane, I think they should bring...
Keep in mind, even if they wanted to change things, Troll does not have a TP on him in the top lane.
No, he needs to stay there. I think that's great. I think what you do in this situation is, if the enemy team is tri-laning safe lane, you TP your Lich top, and you absolutely crush this DP back to the Stone Age with Lich Troll. That lane is unplayable. There is so much range to harass consistently, double slows, lots of damage. She's going to need help, and that help can only come from Primal Beast, because he's the only hero that has a TP, and once he TP's top, you get your 2v2 matchups. And I think Enigma Nyx can lane against Alk Warlock. It's not, like, perfect, obviously, but it's better than tri-laning, I would say. The other option is to TP Enigma top when Troll has TP, but, you know, he didn't buy one, so... That's not happening.
So is Primal Beast going top? Where's he going in all this? Is he staying?
He's going to start bottom and try to get a kill maybe, and then TP? I'm not sure.
So that begs the question,
currently he's
what's the
disconnected,
skill
so he
build?
might not be going anywhere.
That's true. Hopefully we don't run into the same issues as yesterday. These players sure can't get their internet connections to work. They can't get their webcams to work. It's like we got a bunch of old men from the 1990s that never touched a computer somehow. Just really the perfect storm of a TI
Being good at
qualifier
Dota
this
does
far.
not require you to be good at tech, Shannon.
You know, I learned that, you know, coders, since we're doing a custom game, employ a lot of coders right now. A lot of them, it's not an instant connection between coding and knowing about hardware of your computer. Like one of the coders we have literally does not know how to build his own computer. And I'm just shocked by this. I find that really weird because I feel like they're all connected in some way. But
Well, one is software, the other is hardware.
I know, but it's like, surely if you're into software that much, you want your computer to be good and you would research how to have a good computer. But
Oh, you could research how to buy a good one.
Yeah, that's not really a thing, I think.
Okay. Hold on.
All right, looks like our friend
Yarn is
Yaren
back.
has come back. What is the skill build for this hero? Is it, because I know core is like a 1-3-1 or something
Yeah,
along
I
those lines.
think you probably still do that as support in a game like this.
Do you start with trample or do you go for the onslaught?
That depends on the lane. You can even start uproar. Maybe you can't really do that anymore with the changes to uproar when it got nerfed. But there was a time when a lot of players would start uproar level 1 and just be untradeable against. You just go and hit people, and if they hit you back, you pop uproar and just fight them. He's actually going to do it here though. So Yaren will skill at level 1. The issue here is that this has been changed in terms of threshold. It used to be, I think, whenever you took 35 damage, and I think now it's whenever you take 50.
Oh man, I was
So-
always so happy when playing against an ogre. Ignite would just give me full stacks every time. I loved it.
So he does get a stack from Lich hitting him if his passive block does not proc, but if his passive block procs, he does not get a stack.
And well, he already has 3 procs, and there you go. And that's the
And
beauty
now
of
they're
Primal
gonna hit
Beast is you can spam this uproar. It costs 0 mana. I mean, your mana capacity is complete garbage, so that's actually a godsend, but extremely powerful skill. See when comboed with trample later on. But yeah, Paradise and Shu seem to be doing just dandy so far in this top lane. You talked about how this is kind of a kill lane for them, but they keep an eye on that. RCY versus Solji like we expected in the mid lane. Zeus versus Shadow Fiend. CS very even, but of course it's extremely early on. But the bottom lane is what I'm interested in, because I don't know how this matchup typically goes. You said the Enigma should get dumpstered by the Alchemist, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Because again, the Soul Ring is going to be pretty late. This has been nerfed.
I mean, that's probably exaggerating a little bit saying that, but I think Alchemist will not be countered, right? I think he's going to get his, and if Enigma plays very well and doesn't feed Eidolons, they might like somewhat break even, but you know, Alchemist a lot of the time is happy to break even. As long as there's stacks for him in the jungle, that means he's winning. So that's the challenge here for Fade, and I'm a little bit worried because his plays yesterday against the Pango, he fed away a lot of Eidolons, so he needs to step up his micro this time and not make it happen. It's obviously easier against Alk because the damage isn't like as fast. You have time to run them out of the acid spray, but yeah, don't sleep at the wheel. Or
Very nice exchange mid, by the way. Solji ends up canceling the Sal from RCY. Almost gets the kill as well. So off to a pretty good start. We'll see. And now that he has the Heavenly Jump, I guess he had that at level 2. It is going to be a difficult kill for the Shadow Fiend, I feel like, without a gank. Not the old Zeus, that's for sure.
At the same time, though, if you just trade into the Zeus and force him to jump, look at what's happening now, right? Soldier knows there's no Heavenly Jump, so you can start trying to lob him with the long raise, and if he connects the second raise, he can find a kill because of the slow. But didn't manage to get it just then. He got 2 on him. Good damage. Paradise will find a kill on Yaren, so the Lich Troll lane, as expected, will put some pressure here. But at the very least, for DogChamp, Italiano Gangster is getting level 3 now on DP, which is a really big breaking point for her laning stage.
There's already been 51 trees consumed.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, there's no
Three
way.
and a half minutes. All right. Well,
There's
I've
all
learned.
the tangos, all the quelling blades. I mean, I might be wrong with my 51 to 175. Because
I
if
think you
Primal
will
Beast
be.
starts charging through some trees, we have a problem.
You have a problem. I've already lost.
UGG just ate a tango. This is bad news.
Tango watch.
Shu.
Count them
No
tangos.
stacks on Uproar, so he won't be chased.
It looks like Yaren, and again, I'm going to be focusing on the Primal Beast, even though it's a 4 a lot this game, because I'm just really interested in how they play. But we'll be going the Mana Boots, which as a support makes sense, since your mana capacity is garbage, but I assume like as a core you would go for a Soul Ring in most cases.
Yeah, you can go Phase Soul Ring, or you can go... I mean, there's maybe some creative builds where you don't have to go Soul Ring if you don't think it's as valuable anymore, but I think it's probably still very good.
Yeah, the
Big
Yarn
damage
taking
on
some
Yarn again.
damage. Whirling Axes are there. Looks like he'll be... gets the Frost Blast off as well, so Shu gets his second kill onto the Primal Beast in this game, for this lane at least.
They're exploiting the fact that he doesn't have Onslaught. It's really important for this lane. I don't know if the level 1 skill point in Uproar was actually worth it, to be honest. I think he might have been better off either skilling Onslaught or Trample, and if they feel like they can't contest the lane, which I think is the case to begin with, try to pull the wave. Like, go and grab the wave between the towers. Lich is, I mean, annoying, right? He can kind of frost blast you a couple times, but you trade that off with a couple tangos, you get your pull, you find your level 2, and then you go 1-1-0, and maybe you can kill Lich, right?
I mean, Uproar
like
in the
this, you're
laning
just so
stage is
slow.
about trying to bully the lane, but like you said, I don't think you can bully a
Can't bully
Lich
this
troll.
one. No.
You can't man up
So.
against either of these heroes this early on, so it's rough for him. Italiano Gangster sitting at 20-2 CS. As he's going to get his Spirit Siphon off, and there's a trample from Yarn in the meantime. Actually, another Spirit Siphon, this time onto Shu. The Uproar is there for the slow, and the last right click will do it. So Yarn finally getting some form of revenge. Now continuing on to the Troll with the Onslaught, but looks like Paradise will be able to walk away safely. He's got his Phase Boots at its ready, and looks like Battle Fury is what's on the menu for him.
Yeah, I guess there's a case to be made here for not going Battle Fury, but going a Maelstrom build if you have a Shadow Fiend mid. Because if they both go right-click build, maybe you want Troll to have a little bit of faster ramp-up. But if Shadow Fiend's having a good time, you'd probably be fine as well.
Solji. A couple raises, but now he's in a bit of trouble because Yarn is here with the Onslaught. Solji just finding... Yeah, he does have his ult, but no mana right now, so just hiding inside the pit. He's going to take another raise. But here comes Lich, a nice race to finish off the Zeus. Nicely done from Solji. Is now Shu helping out as Yaren attempting to get out. Is going to get slowed by the Whirling Axes and Sinister Gaze, which leads to a double kill for Solji. And that is pretty big for Felt.
That was a pretty big mistake from RCY in my opinion. I think he threw an Arc Lightning and he ran out of mana for Thunder God's Wrath. I'm pretty sure they just killed the Shadow Fiend there if he uses his ult. Shadow Fiend did not have a raindrop. So he was in kill range with the Zeus ult, and I guess he just wanted to not have to commit it, probably felt that they could get the kill. Not the case though. Ends up turning a potential Shadow Fiend kill into 2 deaths for his team, including his own. That is very bad news.
He actually solo smokes to get back to mid faster. So, bit of an investment there.
Oh, he canceled his TP by mistake. Oh no, that is...
Is that what happened? Okay. Yeah.
Insult to injury right there. She will die at top.
Yes, that feels like a tilt move, actually.
I wonder why he went whoops with the chat wheel. I thought it was because he didn't use ult, but it was actually from canceling his own TP.
Yeah,
so,
that's rough.
Amazing start for Felt. They're crushing 3 lanes into an Alchemist strategy. This is what you want to see if you're playing against Alch. If you're winning your lanes, you can negate him the space that he needs very early on. Fade putting the pressure here.
Impale onto RCY. Solji gonna get space to get this regen rune, which is extremely valuable at this stage. Now you can go into the jungle and just farm away. Now, is there any consideration for, like, it looks like, what is he actually building on? Is this a diffuse? Oh, Dragonlance. Oh yeah, that's right. They changed the recipe.
Yeah, I think it's just the new Dragonlance.
So it looks like he is going for the right-click build, but like you said, with a troll on your team, is there any space to go for like the magic build on Shadow Fiend, or is that just not a thing these days?
I feel like it's higher volatility to go magic builds. And I'm a big fan of going the right-click build in a game like this, where you probably have the vibe of your lanes going so well, and you have decent utility to right-click with. You have Nyx with 2 stuns, you have Enigma with
Bloody 9
2
is
stuns.
dead.
Yep, bloody dead. Yeah, it's fine. I would not be mad at the magic build if he wanted to go for it, but I do think it just is more prone to failure in my opinion. I think it's a little bit more all-in.
With other lineups, like, what's the difference with Shadow Fiend then? Because a lot of other lineups you don't really want. I mean, it's dependent on the game, but 2 right clickers feels like you're missing a little bit of magic damage, or I guess Enigma kind of makes up for that with Lich.
That's the thing about Shadow Fiend, though, right? No matter what build you go, you're hybrid, right? He always has massive magic damage. So when we say magic build, you're just kind of doubling down on it. But
yeah, like
this, you're better against BKB. And your magic damage is still so severe. If you hit a good ult or a triple raise combo, we're still talking over 1,000 magic damage. So he still has that component if it's valuable in the right situation. So yeah. Damn, I didn't think Felt were going to roll DogChamp this hard in the first 10 minutes of this game. This is shaping up to be a pretty big stomp if they don't get this sorted. You're 3k gold behind with Alch, minute 9. That is...
Yep, that's potential shellacking territory. We'll see though, because obviously Stonebank, who had really good showings as a substitute, if you remember, in a bunch of games that we cast during the DPC of the last season. Once he gets his Radiance, that's when Alk truly gets online, and we'll have to wait and see if they are able to stabilize a bit. But yeah, top 3 net worth for Felt right now. And this is without, I mean, you mentioned the Radiance, but the Battle Fury is not super far away either from the other side on Paradise.
Troll was the first to get 50 CS, by the way, so we were both wrong. We thought Alk was going to do better in that safe lane, but as it turns out, Enigma has 24 denies. So not the case.
What did you guess for trees again?
51 to 175. We're at 100.
By
I'm probably
30
gonna be
minutes.
wrong as well. I mean, maybe if the game is short, I'll be right.
Yeah, okay.
But
one can hope. Can't stand you being right about anything.
There's a good chance I get everything wrong. I picked most Roche kills on Radiant. That is still possible, obviously.
I was watching True Sight via Grubby stream, and you were in it. And every time you were in it, you made a prediction that was wrong, and I laughed. It's actually so funny to look back and like, man, you were always bad at predicting. Like, yeah, I don't think LGD is going to win this for sure. Every time they lose, and every time.
I think generally I've had a pretty good track record of predicting who's going to win games based on draft, but predicting who's going to win games based on power level going into the tournament, or predicting, what's the word? Or like, what's our thing? We wouldn't call that predictions. Like, guessing something based on stats. My track record is terrible.
It's still a prediction. Predict with or without any knowledge.
No, a prediction is you making a statement about something that happens in the future, right? That's a prediction.
Yes.
You're not predicting, like if I quiz you about something that's already happened, that's not a prediction.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you're changing the dynamics of this.
What do you mean?
Okay, what
you said I'm bad at predicting.
Yeah, you are. You're terrible.
I have. Let me remind you, at one LAN, I was awarded the Oracle's Orb for having the highest prediction of win rate among all talent. Yes.
What LAN was this?
I don't remember. It was a...
You know, I think the reaction to that is the broken clock is right twice a day.
My prediction rate was really good, Shannon. I think I had like almost 70% or something.
Incredible.
60-something it definitely was.
You must have had some low-tier talent with you at that event.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kyle was one of them, so it was in the bag.
That's where it started. That's the origin story.
He gave away the Oracle's Orb, and now he's cursed.
All right, we are back. As Felt in a pretty commanding lead in the laning stage. We'll see if things can change in favor of DogChamp, but right now they're looking like they're getting a bit outclassed, if I'm being honest. Of course, we said the same thing yesterday.
We did. You can obviously see the teams make massive improvements from game 1 to 2 sometimes, so definitely within reason that could happen here as well. And we're also, like, don't count out DogChamp based on this start. This game is not over. It's like maybe we're painting it a little bit too harshly for them, but it is generally speaking, you have a DP who wants to do stuff now, but might struggle to because the rest of the game isn't at the right pace. Oh, bottom lane, Stonebank.
Yeah, we got the concoction coming out.
TP from Warlock.
Nice prediction on that, Cinderin. Nothing happened.
They got a Warlock TP.
Technically, you're right. Solji is invis top lane, though, as an exorcism is popped. We'll see if
did they actually even see him get the rune? I don't know.
Boy. He doesn't have any setup, though. But they have no... yeah, there's no vision here from the Radiant.
Oh my
Solji.
God.
Now the setup comes. Another invis. He's actually going to right-click out of it. Raze will miss. Yarn is going to onslaught away. Spike Carapace keeps him in place. He's fine.
Awful prediction.
Yeah, but Italiano Gangster might not be so lucky, Cinder. I'm going to predict that he dies, and I am
great
correct.
Prediction. They
get the higher value kill.
I keep forgetting how Onslaught works. It's so weird, isn't it, that it completes when you get stunned. Like, he charged through an entire Carapace. He just kept going. He didn't stop.
Dies to RCY's Thunder God's Wrath, by the way.
Yep. So a trade of sorts, but they defend their top tier 1 tower that Exo was used on, and Paradise is getting to work on the Radiant one. So still for Felt, probably pretty happy with this exchange overall. Trading threes and getting a favorable exchange on tower damage.
Yep, and Sacred Relic is close for Stonebank.
Dyer's bottom tower
As the 12-minute rune is taken. Actually, it is top. Double damage. Yarn is just going to snag that. I am a bit disappointed in the Primal Beast so far. Not going to lie, Cinderin has basically no impact on the game. And I feel like this is a hero that really wants to lane dominate. That's, I feel like, one of his biggest strengths. But it was a pretty impossible lane.
It's one of the things you get out of putting Primal mid, is that if the matchup isn't terrible, there's very few matchups for Primal that are truly awful. You get the levels fast, and that's where you start dominating the map, because your hero just scales incredibly well in the first 10 minutes. But when you play it as a 4, and you're playing into an unfavorable matchup, and you're just slow to begin with, like, arguably one of the biggest sales points of the hero have expired already, right?
Top lane, Italiano Gangster. He's going to get stunned up. Shu is here with the TP. I'm not sure if they have enough. It's just 2 supports, but if he dies in this fashion, that is going to be absolutely awful. Second Spirit Siphon. Shu has to be a bit careful. Here comes the Onslaught Trample, and Primal Beast is now online. Cinderin gets off the Pulverize, instantly canceled. That's why BKB is 100% necessary on this hero, no matter the game. They get the kill, and now they're going to get the tier 1, which is going to be reciprocated from earlier, as Solji is kind of plowing his way through this game right now. He's looking for the mid kill. Stonebank has a Sacred Relic in tow. Looks like they're just going to pressure the tower instead.
Rotation's got to come faster if you want to hold this.
Yeah, Fade.
Gets
Oh, that's a lot of
by...
trees. Nice job, Fade. Keep it up,
Oh,
buddy.
we didn't think about that, though.
Keep it up, buddy.
Oh, we didn't think about Midnight Pulse. It's over.
The 150 trees killed. We just need 26 more in the next 17 minutes as Solji gets initiated on. Pulverize onto the SF.
Doesn't mean I have to be wrong.
Solji. All right, Yarn is basically dead here. Just looking for a Malefice to slow him down, and a couple more right clicks will suffice. Solji is like, okay, thanks for the freebie, I guess.
Oh, and the tower is going too. They ended up not even defending that. Fade just needs to tap this once. I mean, I guess they'll deny it, so that's something, but yeah, Felt are probably very happy with this. Carapace.
Yeah. Italiano Gangster. I mean, this is another hero you talked about being very, very strong right now, especially in the early to mid game with the Spirit Siphon. This has not gotten off to a good start in terms of the farming. But the Radiance is now online for Stonebank. And on the other side, you can see Paradise already has his Battle Fury and well into his Yasha as well. As Shu. Oh, we got the initiation, though, onto the Enigma. This is going to be a bigger deal. Pulverize is there. No cancellation this time. Gets off his Malefice. Finally, the Thunder God's Wrath comes out, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 as DogChamp in favor here. They take out the Shadow Fiend as well. Now Paradise, left to his own devices, should be okay.
Should be okay.
Yeah, should be. I predict he'll be okay. So a 3-for-1, which started out as a bit of an awkward initiation, but with no cancellation on the Pulverize, we'll get some good value out of this Primal Beast pick.
That was an Exo and Golem used, so DogChamp will have to calm down now for a bit. But yeah, they've managed to claw themselves back from that 3k gold deficit. Obviously, Alchemist, a little bit of a misleading factor in that a lot of the time, but definitely will say that the last few minutes have favored DogChamp overall. The question is, how does the itemization go for Troll and Alk? Does Troll find a moment to get overwhelming and just find that kill? Or not, because I think, realistically speaking, the supporting cast for both teams, the Dire lineup scales really, really well with the Enigma as well as the Shadow Fiend. DPS we have talked about does not have the percentage-based scaling anymore with Siphon, so she does not have the same late-game prowess that she used to. And probably...
Ooh, RCY. He's going to spot it. Yeah, he leaps away. He is A-okay. And there's a scan up top just to double-check, so the smoke gank kind of... yeah, it's about to dissipate, but the Blink Dagger is going to be revealed here from Solji. Looks like they're going to run into Yaren first. Gets off his Onslaught, but nice rotation here from Solji. Gets off the Requiem with the setup from UGD. That leads to 2 kills on both supports for DogChamp.
Very offensive build going dagger after Dragonlance. I didn't think he was going to go for that this game. I thought he was going to go Dragonlance BKB or something like along those lines, so he could negate a lot of Zeus's damage. But obviously, like this, he can take a lot of initiative. If Nyx finds anything, he can just pounce on it and ult and get that job done. So it's cool to see. I think we were talking about the Magic SF as an option. This is kind of, you know, a way of enabling that aspect of the hero more.
True. And I think by doing this, it's going to end up aligning the BKBs from both Troll and Shadow Fiend. So
yeah,
that's pretty value as well. As, ooh, Brigand's Blade picked up by Paradise. That is the dream Troll item, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, great for farming speed as well, not just for fighting. Specialist Array, great on SF too. Would imagine we see Soldier take that. Do you know how that works together with the Shard? I'm assuming you only get the Necromastery attack on the primary target, right? It doesn't like split.
You know I would not know this one.
Yeah, it does not split.
That Shard
there is no way. I don't think anything, any orb or any modifier split, right? On this.
I look at it as flat cannon, so the way that flat cannon would work, it would not work. So
yeah,
that's my guess. Shoot. 18-minute rune about to proc here. It's going to be bottom. UGD showing himself now as the Sentry Ward battle commences. Soldier gets yet another rune, Arcane.
I'm sure DogChamp would like to fight with this fresh DP BKB and the Golem online. This is a great time for them to look for some sort of opportunity. Ideally, a team fight would be what they're looking for, not a single hero pick. And the Troll is not necessarily the easiest target to begin with. We'll see if they can burst him.
TPs are coming. He has his ult, but he's brought down with that silence to prevent him from using anything. Very value kill for DogChamp. As you can see, the smoke from Felt not able to materialize into anything. Although, Italiano Gangster goes high ground out of nowhere and just gets bursted. And Bloody Nine going to get stunned up in the meantime as Fade. He's going to get trampled, but he's the one with Black Hole. You have to be careful. Solji taking the use of the Requiem as Stonebank putting down a little bit of damage. Pops his BKB a little early, but there's the Black Hole going to be used along with the Zeus ult to take out the Enigma. That's 4 dead for Felt out of nowhere. Solji finally with the Requiem. Buyback onto the Lich. Solji now trying to get gone on, but a nice stun from Shu. This is going to be a dieback for the Lich as DogChamp are just destroying all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was just all Alk's BKB reveal. They got so much value out of that. And of course the fact that Troll was dead before the fight even started. I can understand why Felt were confident that they could take that fight, actually. From their perspective, they have what they need. But yeah, that extra item Stonebank reveals there makes all the difference. And they kind of forced into this awkward black hole that ends up still dying because of the Alk Radiance acid spray, as well as his self-exploding concoction was actually in range of the Enigma, sucking him in with a black hole. So, yeah, DogChamp with, I mean, the win expectancy, which is working today, by the way, yay, is still quite significantly favoring the Dire despite this fight. But they're starting to make a pretty decent dent into the disadvantage that they have.
I mean, that certainly brought this game back into a little bit more even territory, but it is still an Alchemist game, and you're up 2k. Usually you want to be up a little bit more than that at this point, but still relatively close, I think.
And don't underestimate Zeus, right? In long games.
Yep, true. That hero scales very well. It does have the Shard, so static fuel with the extra percentage-based damage now. Be very valuable. And we should mention that Fade went for the Urn and Wraith Pact, as we've seen so many times, which isn't a huge surprise, I suppose, as the Nyx Assassin's going to drop here. But still no Blink Dagger on the Enigma, so that is also going to be a potentially big turning point, with the Blink and the 2 BKBs for the other cores.
For sure.
And eventually Enigma will go BKB himself, of course.
Yeah,
Solji, he still does not have BKB, which means he is destroyed. And a tier 1 tower as well. They have a lot of catch potential on the side of DogChamp, and Solji not respecting that.
Yeah, interesting seeing Stonebank not buying Dagger. I thought they were going to have more catch than they do, but it's still fine. They're finding the moves that they need to with this Primal Beast.
And into the pit they
into
go.
The Roche we go. My prediction, Shannon, is looking good. They're getting Roche.
Yeah.
My tree's prediction is horribly wrong already, so that's great. But, you know, can't win them all.
Well, now I'm rooting for the 60-minute game where Troll and SF will really shine at taking Roche.
And we'll get the next, get the next Roches. And well, the magic damage we're looking good on too, though, with the Zeus. Good job.
We are
Good
at
pick.
246 trees, by the way. You are officially incorrect.
I already told you that.
Letting you know again.
Okay, thank you.
I'll remind you in a few minutes again. So, just, bear
Did you know
witness to that.
DogChamp got the first Roche?
Yep, I just learned that.
All right, you're wrong.
Yep. So Paradise has his BKB now, working on the SNY. Obviously, he's already had the Yasha for quite a while, but it's not working out the way that they planned with the BKB coming on Solji, which is about 100 away now. So basically has it. But now they're fighting into an Aegis.
Trying to get to Fade here. Not in range,
Fade.
though.
Malithus going to keep the Primal Beast at bay. Pops the Wraith Pact as well, a little bit premature. A couple TPs from Felt is looks like DogChamp are disengaging for the most part. But yeah, with SNY almost done now in Paradise, he's hitting some nice power spikes. Told you, has fell a bit behind, but having said that, he's still on par with the Zeus. The Assault Kuros now for Stonebank to go along with his BKB Radiance. And okay, Blink Dagger coming to Fade. This is going to be the Blink reveal. And Black Hole is available, so this could be a potentially good fight for Fade and the rest of his team. Pulverize to start things out though onto the list, but the BKB's pop from Metalio Gangster and Paradise. There's the Black Hole onto 2, but the instant cancel from the Chaotic Offering. Very nicely done. It's a 1-for-1, but so far in favor of DogChamp as Stonebank continuing on with that BKB activated, going on top of UGD.
Oh,
the silence
E-Blade.
onto the Troll Warlord with the E-Blade combination from Zeus, I believe, as Solji looks to be next. And then it's a full team wipe. DogChamp just owning every single fight. And yeah, that E-Blade destroyed the Troll after his BKB dissipated.
Yeah, and it's just not well enough coordinated from Felt, right? You get a 2-man Black Hole, but there's nobody dealing damage in it before it got golems. I think the Black Hole was running for 2 seconds. They didn't really manage to find the follow-up. They aren't pressuring the Warlock with the Nyx to prevent him from countering it. And the whole way that started out just not in their favor. Really very much dependent on getting the initial stun so that they can get that burst kill with SF.
Yeah.
And build up the fight. Not happening means they're going to be down to Rax.
Well, they have another 4
we
to
thought
5,
Felt
right?
were gonna kind of, roll off that early game, but it has just been basically terrible since we said that. So that was great.
Yeah, true.
Set them up for success, built them up all the way just so they could fall down like this and lose the first lane of Barracks minute 24. Not what I would have expected with how that started out, but
Yeah, so they're going to settle for the range racks. I still am getting used to the fact that when you take out a tier 3, the first tier 3, you get the fort back. So you can fort twice on the same push.
yeah.
Feels strange.
Yeah,
Not that
without
they
that
needed to
change, they
even
lose
use
the
it.
melee there.
Well, they didn't use it, so.
Wait,
They
without that
used
change,
the-
they still don't lose it.
That's right. They used the Lich Shield, which did help as well. But I think just the fact that they could have used it means that DogChamp don't want to
Yeah.
force it.
I mean, they're more than happy with this 10k they've got. They obviously don't know how far ahead they are, but they've got to have a pretty damn good feeling. They've won 2 major team fights in a row. They have an Alk that's free farming. They still have the Aegis for a minute 20, so wouldn't blame them for looking at mid tier 2.
Yep.
Or maybe just cleaning up the bottom lane the whole way. Oh, Stonebank. Thinking about it. UGD,
Yep,
not on
concoction
time with
onto
Carapace. this time.
UGD. Dunzo,
Predict that one,
Onslaught.
Shannon.
not going to connect. Yeah, good job.
There you go. My prediction rate is unparalleled.
The
Zeus
Zeus
ults to
ult being
scout.
used.
Oh, well,
Troll's
to force
very
the
low.
Troll to
Has
ult,
to
actually.
ult. Into the trees he goes. He's going to be spotted. Pops the BKB. All they need is a couple right clicks, but it's just bloody 9. It's just a Warlock. But can they continue the pressure here? Into the trees he goes. Now the BKB has dissipated. Stonebank is there with the acid spray. Do they have the vision? No. Troll gets out this time, but
Yarn
still.
did high five the tower, though.
Yeah, that's important. The BKB was used. That's a pretty big deal. Still 30 seconds on the Aegis. They'll likely just go for this tier 1 and 2 in the bot lane and probably call it a day and wait for that second rush.
It's actually quite problematic for Troll that Zeus has gone for this build. The defensive capability of the E-Blade makes it hard for Troll to use ulti effectively. And the offensive part means that Zeus, like that, can actually force the troll to ult. He just soloed him into ult range.
Are you saying that an item made Troll's ult useless? That's a shocking development. My
You
goodness.
are a troll hater, even though you like the hero. That makes no sense. You're a troll ult hater.
Yeah, the ult is terrible. They need to change it. Clearly.
Which troll ult did you like the most?
I mean, they were all kind of lackluster, but the attack speed for your whole team was fine.
Okay.
Whatever. It's kind of rampage now to some degree.
What if the current ult gave you control of your hero but lasted half as long?
Yeah, that's fine. Of course. Of course that's preferable. No question.
So 3 seconds of going into beast mode, but you get to choose who you hit.
Yeah, but I mean, I would prefer that, but I that's still not very good, right? Make it 5 seconds probably.
Then it would be really good.
Yeah. It's an ult. It should be really good. It's garbage. UGD, although it did keep him alive that time.
Gangster.
On the gangster. Pops the exorcism. Shoot. Not stunned out. So Exo popped for a Nyx assassin.
You've got to look at high ground with this, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Op is the one that's obviously available for the taking, but the lane is being pushed out by Solji. We'll see if they continue with the tier 3. There's the shield from Lich. And Basher pretty close for Paradise. Could very well be the last item for him, as there's the fort save from earlier. Shadow Fiend looking for the kill onto Zeus in the top lane while this is all happening. RCY gets off the heavenly jump, Solji. And looks like this fight is going to end in a stalemate. And the tier 3 tower survives.
Soldier trying to fight him blind there, but unsuccessful. And yeah, that's the end of that. So I guess for Felt, you don't lose your tower because of this exchange, but the dangerous thing you have to worry about is this Roche is spawning in 50 seconds to 3 minutes 50. And you have no map control over there at all. So you need to find a way to cross over and contest this. If you give another Roche, where you give the Alk the Aegis and you get a shard on, I think, Primal Beast in this case, game is probably starting to look really nasty.
Oh, the silence on the
Solji. He didn't?
He doesn't have it. 30 seconds because of that fight top.
That's right.
And he's dead.
Zeus.
Yeah, that solo fight top got him killed in the end, so it ended up not being a stalemate.
BKB there. Yeah, that's real rough. Then you cannot be there as SF with your BKB off cooldown or on cooldown.
Second range racks destroyed. Exo not up for another 40 seconds, so maybe they wait for that. But then again, there is no Shadow Fiend. Auction, okay, Fade. He has the BKB, a little bit early activation. Midnight Pulse is there as well. Just waiting on the black hole. Doesn't want to use it on Stonebank. Well, it might be worth it, honestly.
Yeah, it's just he knows the golem is right behind him, right? It's just
true.
It's probably not enough. Like, sometimes a 1 or 2 seconds black hole would be enough to kill the Alk. It just isn't when SF isn't there. I just don't think they're gonna pull it off, and I think holding it there is probably the right choice.
All right, it is official. It's 30 minutes, Cinderin. We're both wrong on the trees. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, it was 301 plus. So your guess of under 50 was very bad.
Hey, wrong is wrong. Okay, it doesn't matter the level.
You can be more or
badness.
less wrong. It's not binary.
Well, it is for this because it's a correct or not correct.
I mean, you're right, but I still feel better about myself knowing you did even worse. That's important to me.
That's more on you than anything. I don't know what to tell you about that. Need to watch more grubby streams to get a little positive outlook on life.
That's true. Or talk more to
Yaren,
Lil Nick.
okay, pulverize with the help of the E-Blade, but the instant BKB and a nice job from UGD stopping this combo. But the X is going to be popped despite losing the Primal Beast, and there's the ult coming out from Troll, and he's countered again. There's the Lich ult to follow, though, and he's just going to get brought down extremely easily. You can see Death Prophet focusing on other people now. Shu is next. They both have buybacks, as the DogChamp likely to try to go high ground.
Yep. And yeah, the black hole's ready, but can't use it unless they find the Warlock with their Nyx. So
Yeah, very true.
he's saving it for next game at this rate. Zeus will be found, though.
Yeah,
That's
this
a
will be
big
a
kill.
nice kill. We'll
Still
pick
gonna
off
cost
on the
them
back.
racks.
Yeah, they still get the melee racks. Exo's down, so DogChamp will back away. Roche number 2 is available as well.
Yeah. Gotta look for that now, surely. Just prepare for it. You don't have to kill it until Exo's up. Just make sure the enemy team doesn't get it.
I should have known not to predict a troll lineup, Cinderin. Even yesterday when it was winning, they disconnected and they still lost.
The hero's
so it's
cursed.
it doesn't
Literally.
matter. They got troll ulted in real life. They couldn't control their computer or internet or power. I'll learn my lesson for next time. This is a nice smoke attempt from Felt. We'll see if they can get something out of it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah.
Told you with the haste.
If they find Warlock here, it's big. All right, that's a good start to the fight.
Yeah,
oh, he did
okay.
not
There's the
connect in
dust, a
time.
little bit slow. Impale does connect, but Nyx is just dead.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, if
tower.
nobody's in range when Nyx finally finds the Warlock, it's not working. If they kill the Warlock there, it opens up the avenue for Black Hole, but obviously he was all alone scouting in front, and his team just left him to die, and he bought back immediately.
That was a
Probably
rage
trying
buyback.
Probably trying to protect the Roche, honestly, more than anything.
Trying to protect his brain. And
Trying to protect
fathom
his
why his
ego.
teammate wasn't there anymore.
Oh, gangster.
Oh, yeah,
Blinking
we got the
straight
high
in.
ground. Blink with the Shiva's shoe. He's going to get his stun canceled and brought down easily. Now the pulverize onto the Troll Warlord. Can he pop the BKB? He can with the ult. Fade comes in with the Black Hole, but again, the Chaotic Offering is there. A lot of damage being done to Stonebank, but again, Paradise can't control where he goes. Finally out of his ult form as the big juicy beast of
strong.
Yarn comes in. All right, they're going to get 3 kills. It's going to get the trade of the Troll Warlord. As Solji looking to clean up now. A couple more raises will do it, but Italiano Gangster able to blink away. Don't think Fade will find cover here. This is where you go for Roche 100%. That way my prediction's not wrong. They do take it really fast.
Oh, Yarn's going to
I mean-
live here because they used the Lich pull. Yeah, really, the big difference maker there was what happened off screen. The Shadow Fiend soloed Zeus. So all of that damage missing and the fact that Solji can connect with the fight after just gives them an effective 5v4 without Requiem, but easily worth it for him to just Yule and blast that Zeus to oblivion. And that's the risk you run when you go this build on Zeus, right? You don't have a defensive item.
Oh my god,
except
they're going
E-Blade.
to try for
It's not
this.
gonna help you.
Italiano Gangster pops the Exorcism despite this being a less man advantage. He's going to get Yules inside the pit. Roche is only at half HP as Yaren jumps in, takes out Shu. Fade looks to be next. So the Roche attempt is thwarted, and
That's a
now
good play call.
DogChamp will take the Roche for themselves.
I think Felt were not either they weren't expecting Exo to be up again, or they were expecting to be able to kill Roche way faster than this, but like your Roche killing hero is dead. This takes forever.
Yeah.
It's just a single Shadow Fiend killing the Roche on his own. Like Nyx is
There's a shard in the pit, sir.
inconsequential. Oh, I'll save it for next game.
Nobody
Maybe
wants
it's
a rock throw? Or...
maybe they're rebelling against the Primal Beast shard. I would have understood that last patch, just leaving it there instead of taking it, just
Okay.
to rebel. But I mean, the
Wait,
Alk one is really
Stonebank.
good too. He's gonna.
Oh, he
get
got it,
right?
okay.
They'll get.
Wait, this
Berserk
one
push.
is can't be as good. Come on, not as fun as throwing rocks.
Berserk push
God's
is pretty
sake.
damn good.
That's boring though. It's a boring concept, and it's just like, hey, let me give you a mini ult. Same exact thing. A bank concoction procced. Looking for the blink initiation. Has the overwhelming blink. A nice spike carapace though. Stop him in his tracks, but Nyx is dead. No buyback. Solji getting pursued next. Has to pop his BKB, but
bash.
gets bashed. Shield gonna help him stay alive. Concoction just to help Stonebank feel alive. So not up for another 50 seconds. I wonder, and I don't know if this would have been the right move or not, but do you think that Troll buyback to get that second Roche would be worth it?
Yes.
Because he definitely had it, and I was
would've
thinking about it,
Are under attack.
and they would have gotten it for sure. That would have been instant. So,
It's a hard call
second
to make
set
in
of
the
ranks.
moment because you do realize how valuable your net worth is right now, but this alternate outcome is absolutely worse than throwing away 1,500 gold to ensure the Roche. Keep in mind it's Roche 2, so the shard kind of pays for your buyback, right?
Yeah.
The gold just goes on another hero
Well,
if you don't want to.
not for his buyback. You certainly are not taking the shard on Troll.
You never know.
Well, we got the Shivas. Eliana Gangster and company, they're going to run right into each other. Where are these Black Holes Chaotic Offering? Both are available to use.
Ooh, good
the
roots.
bashes onto Yarn along with the roots, but the Pulverize comes out to save him for a little bit longer. Looks like Solji dies in the midst of things, and the rest of Felt now on the run. Still a BKB Black Hole available for Fade. He's actually hiding in the trees, so they could go for some buyback plays as the game gets extended a little bit longer. It feels like every time EXO is down, a DogChamp not able to really push to a high degree. RCY, he's the one that took the Aegis, by the way.
Yep. TP to base in that fight, I think, to escape. Oh, Stonebank. I mean, this play doesn't exist, though. They don't know where Warlock is, so they can't go on him.
Yeah.
And these two together don't kill him anyway, I think. They absolutely have to have Troll to bring down the Alk. So he feels very confident.
Ooh, Timeless Relic. That's a good one.
Good on Zeus.
Yep. That's a good one indeed. He got his Eon Disc now as well. As the scan did spot somebody out initially. The Nimbus not going to find anyone, though. Fade's still chilling down here. I highly doubt they'll find him. Unless he gets a blink. He does have Shivas for vision. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. He actually finds him. There is a BKB on Fade still, in which he will use to TP.
Abyssal.
But the bash? Oh, he gets it. Was that the Abyssal Blade?
Yep.
All right, made that a little bit too exciting, Cinder, and sorry about that. It was a guaranteed stun. Down goes the Enigma.
And it's time to go high ground. EXO, actually EXO up in 50, so maybe they don't. But I think you can still just send Alk in front and let him poke here. You have so much good protection for him. Your Zeus can do a lot of long-range artillery, even from the mid lane with the Nimbus as well as ult. And yeah, they're just going to go to town. They want to force this Enigma buyback out.
Not the
Coming
Impale.
just yet.
Radiance is turned off because of the spike carapace, by the way.
Yeah. Mana Burn's annoying though. He's actually running out of it.
Yeah.
Another Mana Burn would do it.
And he's going to get
Abyssal.
bashed up Solji with the ult on top of the DP. That's a lot of damage. And down goes Italiano Gangster along with the Gem of True Sight. It's a pretty decent pickup. Bloody Nine, he's the one that they want so that they can actually use Black Hole for once. E-Blade used defensively, but he'll likely die nonetheless. Again, the game is extended.
Yeah, DP just out of position, right? Just standing alone on the high ground without ulti running, gets jumped and killed. There was no protection available. They weren't in range with the E-Blade. They weren't in range with Berserk Potion. And they don't want to Golem for anything else than Black Hole. I think he's just going to hold it the whole game if he has to. It's the only way they really lose a fight is if Black Hole gets to be valuable. So stand far back on the Warlock, chill, and then land it eventually. But a little bit of an opening here for Felt. Push down mid. Don't think they're going to find more than a tier 2 tower at most, though. So these heroes respawning relatively quickly will make it exceptionally difficult for them to get anything more.
And Aegis is now down, so the question remains whether they feel comfortable trying to go for the Megas or wait for Roche number 3. Or the Ags or the Shard.
I feel like they should be confident to go if they're all 5 alive and they have DP ults and they just have DP and Alk take the Rex together and they have the defensive heroes in correct formation. Still think it's exceptionally hard for Felt to do anything about it, but as always, we have the bird's eye view of everything that the teams don't, so they might not be fully aware of the game state here for themselves. And obviously you don't want to throw it away in any way if you can avoid it. Troll now gets 25 and a Penta-Edged Sword. So
yeah, nice.
A major upgrade for him here.
And he's getting close to a Swift Blink as well. So he is kind of 6-slotted. I mean, his Ags and Shard aren't really... I mean, I think the Ags is cool, but it obviously does not fit this game. And the Shard is a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Not as much of a scaling opportunity as versus some other heroes that have really good Ags. It's Pulverize, nice sentry showing UGD, who's dead now. Let's have the buyback available, but the instant Abyssal Blade blink again. Gem drops to the deck this time, but double buyback. There's Fade. He's going to get off his ult, but again, the Chaotic Offering has been there time and time again. Requiem of Souls doing basically nothing because of the BKBs activated en masse as the Troll Warlord gets right-click down. No buyback for him, and that might spell the doom of Fade. I said Fade, of Felt. Not Fade yet. He's playing the Enigma in game number 1. It looks like they're going to focus on the Megas just to play it safe. UGD looking for Nyx, but he's going to get counter-initiated on with the Silence, with the Trample, with the Onslaught. And they could just go for Throne. GGs are called. DogChamp take game number 1. They were down in the beginning. It was actually looking pretty bad. But they end up coming out with a couple of big team fights, and they take this game number 1.
And what did we learn, Shannon? Never bet on Troll against DP in this patch, you know? You just can't.
Or just Troll in general. It doesn't matter who he's playing against.
I mean, it's obviously not that simple. I think Felt, if they go back and watch this replay and look at what they did in the first 10 minutes, everything's looking great. And then they kind of just dropped the ball. They got outfought.